If you're a solo coach or entrepreneur and you know your stuff, but your calendar is still empty, or you're working way below your worth, or you're spending way too much time on clients who barely pay enough, this video is for you. You've probably tried everything you were told: consistent content, optimizing your Instagram bio, posting value, maybe even running ads or creating a lead magnet. And yet, you still feel like your business isn't where it should be. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly why that's happening and how to fix it with 3 core branding shifts that change everything, even if you hate marketing. Why you're not attracting premium coaching clients, and what to fix today. The real problem. So let's get real. I work with solo entrepreneurs every single day. Coaches, consultants, designers, artists, freelancers, and they're all running into the same brick wall. They have something valuable to offer. They're good at what they do. But when it comes to getting consistent, high-paying clients, they're stuck. Here's what I see. They're attracting freebie seekers. They're having to convince people to buy. They get engagement on posts, but not bookings. Or they attract people who aren't the right fit, and the coach ends up frustrated, exhausted, and resentful. What's missing isn't more effort, it's alignment. And that alignment lives inside your brand. Not the logo, not the fonts, but the perception, the messaging, and the experience people have with you online. So let me show you how to make your brand do the heavy lifting. 3 shifts that attract premium coaching clients. Let's start with shift number 1, and it's a big one. You need to get painfully clear on who you help. Because the fastest way to repel premium clients is trying to speak to everyone. This is where most coaches go wrong. They say things like, I help people live better lives. I support women in their transformation. I guide others to reach their full potential. And while those things may be true, they're not useful. Not for your brand, not for your marketing, and definitely not for attracting premium clients. Why most coaches stay vague, and why it's costing you. So why do most coaches keep it vague? Because they're afraid. They're afraid that if they choose a niche, they'll exclude someone. They're afraid that if they get specific, they'll lose out on potential clients. But the opposite is true. Specificity doesn't exclude, it attracts. It tells the right person, this is for me. Think of your niche like a magnet. A vague message is a weak magnet. A clear message pulls the right people in and repels the wrong ones, which is exactly what you want. What does clarity look like? Let's contrast vague versus clear. Vague. I help women feel more empowered. Clear. I help burned out corporate women in their 40s launch purpose-driven businesses without losing financial stability. Now that's magnetic. It's not just a description, it's a decision. It calls out a specific person, a painful situation, and a clear result. Let's look at this in coaching niches. Life coach. I help high-achieving women in their 40s break out of burnout and build lives they actually love without giving up their ambition. Business coach. I help solo service providers go from inconsistent income to selling one premium offer so they can earn more and work less. Health coach. I help new moms lose stubborn baby weight and feel like themselves again without restrictive diets or exhausting workouts. Each one calls out a specific client, addresses a real urgent problem, and promises a desirable outcome. Live mini exercise, your niche clarity statement. Here's the sentence I want you to build today. I help specific person solve specific problem so they can specific desirable result. Say it out loud right now. Here are a few sentence starters to guide you. I help new moms rebuild their energy and confidence after pregnancy. I help service-based entrepreneurs get consistent clients without spending all day on social media. I help creatives who feel stuck develop simple habits that build momentum and focus. Then fill in the rest. You want your message to hit instantly. This is for me. Here's a complete example. I help busy moms regain their energy, feel strong in their bodies, and build daily routines that actually stick, without extreme diets or workout plans. If you can't write that sentence clearly yet, that's your number 1 priority. Without a defined niche, everything else you build is built on sand. Avoid this common trap. One quick warning, don't define your niche only by demographics. Women in their 30s is not a niche. That's a starting point, not a brand. Dig into their psychographics. What do they believe? What are they struggling with? What identity shift are they craving? Because premium clients don't just want help, they want to feel seen. Your job is to reflect their internal world better than they can describe it themselves. Advanced tip. Niche your message, not your whole business. Still worried you'll cut off opportunities if you niche down? Here's the truth. You don't have to niche your entire business, just your message. Speak to one person per offer, one message per platform, one problem at a time. You can still serve different people, but if your brand tries to speak to everyone at once, you'll confuse the people you actually want to work with. Wrap up. Shift number 1 summary. To recap, specificity is a superpower. Speak to one person, solve one problem, promise one result. Use language that makes your dream client say, "Yes, that's me." Because the moment your niche becomes undeniable, everything else starts working. Content gets easier, clients start finding you, your confidence grows, and your brand finally feels aligned. This is the foundation of a client-attracting coaching business, and it starts with choosing exactly who you're here to help. Let's move into shift number 2, and this is one of the biggest game changers I see when working with coaches. Sell the transformation, not the time. Because here's the thing, most coaches are still selling hours, calls, sessions. They talk about what they do, but premium clients don't buy time. They buy transformation. They buy the after. So what does that mean? It means that instead of saying, "I offer a 6-week coaching program with 4 calls and email support," you say something like, "Go from unsure, underbooked, and undervalued to confidently attracting premium clients and earning what you're worth in 90 days. Let's break this down step by step. What clients really want. Clients don't want more content, more strategy, more sessions. They want to change. They want to shift. Ask yourself, what's the before state your client is in? What's the after state you're helping them reach? For example, a business coach's client might be stuck in chaos, trading time for money, unsure what's next. The after would be that they have a clear offer, consistent bookings, and their income is rising while they're working fewer hours. That's a transformation. If you can describe that result powerfully, you start to sound like the solution, not just a coach. Here's why selling time doesn't work. When you sell a feature, 6 sessions, access to me, weekly calls, you leave the client to figure out the why. They can ask, "Why will this work for me?" When you sell transformation, they immediately understand, "This is what I get." Features say, "Here's what I deliver." Transformation says, "Here's what you become." And becoming is the high-value currency in the coaching space. How to craft your transformation promise. Here's a simple framework. Identify the before state. Where is your client now? What are they stuck with? What are they unhappy about? Identify the after state. What does success look like after working with you? How are they different? What have they achieved? Tie it together in a statement, from before to after. Example for a health coach. From feeling exhausted, hiding behind clothes I hate, and avoiding the mirror, to waking up with energy, loving my reflection, and feeling confident in photos without dieting constantly. Example for a business coach. From inconsistent months, confusing offers, and constant hustle, to a signature program, booked out launches, and a business I love that actually supports my life. See how the second part tells a story of change? That's what attracts premium clients. Now it's time for a mini exercise. Now pause for a moment and write this. My client's before state is, my client's after state is, then combine them. I help specific client move from before to after. Practice speaking it out loud. Make it bold. Make it clear. Because when somebody lands on your page and your transformation promise hits their pain and their dream, they stop scrolling. They lean in. Here's a real-world example. I once worked with a coach who said, "I provide productivity coaching for entrepreneurs." We reframed her message to, "I help overwhelmed solopreneurs reclaim their time, set scalable systems, and double their income within 90 days, without sacrificing their weekends." She went from selling low-ticket sessions to launching a high-value program in 1 quarter. Why? Because her message sold the life change, not just a service. This is the kind of shift that creates demand, that creates authority, that creates premium pricing power. Bonus tip, make your transformation visible. Don't just tell your transformation, show it. Use testimonials, before and after stories, visuals, case studies. When a potential client sees someone like them who moved from stuck to success, they start believing, "They did it, I can too." And belief is the foundation of investment. Wrap up. Shift number 2 summary. So to recap, stop selling the session, sell the outcome. Define their before and their after. Make it a bold statement. Make it clear. Make it desirable. When you sell transformation, Premium clients don't ask, why should I? They ask, how soon? And that's the moment your brand moves from being one option among many to being the option. Let's move into shift number three, and this one is sneaky, because on the surface, it seems like the easiest, but it's the one most coaches skip or rush. Shift number three is this. You need to show up consistently with a clear vibe. That means your presence, online and off, needs to reflect who you are, what you're about, and why your ideal client should trust you, without you having to explain it every time. Visibility equals consistency. A lot of coaches are visible, but not consistent. They post a reel here, write a caption there, disappear for 2 weeks, come back with a quote graphic. The message is, I'm not stable. I don't know who I am. You probably shouldn't trust me. And that sounds harsh, but that's what your brand feels like when it's random. Premium clients don't chase potential. They respond to consistency. 3 elements of consistent brand presence. Let me break down what consistency actually looks like. 1. Content pillars. Pick 2 to 3 core themes you talk about regularly, not just what you know, but what your ideal client needs to hear. Example for a health coach: energy and hormone health, sustainable nutrition, mom life balance. Example for a business coach: offer strategy, scaling without burnout, client success stories. When your audience sees you repeating consistent themes, they begin to associate you with results in that area. It builds memory. It builds trust. 2. Tone plus energy. Are you calm and nurturing, bold and direct, funny and honest? Pick a tone and lean into it. Don't be educational one day, sassy the next, then overly emotional the next. It feels scattered. Clarity of tone is what makes your posts sound like you, even when you're not there. 3. Visuals and messaging style. This isn't about having a perfect color palette or aesthetic. It's about message cohesion. Does your content, your story, your visuals all feel like they came from the same person? If someone sees a screenshot of your post in a group chat, will they immediately say, that looks like her? If not, your brand vibe is still foggy. Consistency builds authority. Remember this: familiarity breeds trust. It's not about saying something new every day. It's about reinforcing the right message over time. Because clients don't convert the first time they see you. They convert when they've seen you show up again and again and again, saying things that matter in a way that makes sense to them. Mini exercise. Build your consistency toolkit. Here's a quick way to make this actionable right now. What are your 3 content pillars? Write them down. What's your tone? Calm and confident? Bold and direct? Soft and empowering? What's your weekly schedule? Can you commit to 1 to 2 pieces of content per week that align with your pillars and tone? Even that basic structure makes you look more trustworthy before a word is read. And remember, premium clients don't always comment or like, but they're always watching. They're making judgments about whether you're someone they can trust with their time, energy, and money. Wrap up. Shift number 3 summary. To summarize, consistency builds credibility. Clear tone builds connection. Repetition builds recognition. Don't just show up the same way over time in alignment with your message and your ideal client. When all 3 shifts come together, your niche clarity, your transformation promise, and your consistent vibe, your brand stops being a placeholder. It starts becoming a premium client magnet. So let's pull it all together. You came here wondering why you're not attracting premium coaching clients, and now you've got the full answer. Shift number 1, get painfully clear on who you help. No more vague messaging. Speak directly to one person, one pain, and one outcome. Shift number 2, sell the transformation, not the time. Stop listing features. Start painting a picture of what life looks like after working with you. Shift number 3, show up consistently with a clear vibe. Be recognizable, be trustworthy, be visible, and be you every time. When these 3 shifts are in place, your brand stops being a nice profile and starts becoming a client magnet. You're not selling coaching, you're offering change, and that's what premium clients pay for. Now, if you want help putting these shifts into action, I've created a free premium client attraction cheat sheet that helps you clarify your niche, craft your transformation promise, and build your consistent visibility plan, step by step. It's simple, powerful, and yours to download right now using the link below. And for those of you who are ready to go deeper, my 7-day branding shortcut ebook is where the full system lives. For a small investment, you get the guide designed to help solo coaches and service providers reposition their brand in just 1 week, even if you feel invisible right now. Without breaking the bank, you'll learn how to build a brand that books premium clients consistently. Check out the link to grab your copy, and start shifting the way people see you. If this video gave you clarity, insight, or even made you feel a little self-conscious, hit the like button. Subscribe for more strategies like this to help you build a premium coaching business without burnout or gimmicks. And comment below, which shift are you working on first? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Without breaking the bank, you'll learn how to build a brand that books premium clients consistently. Check out the link to grab your copy and start shifting the way people see you.